Hi Karthik, how are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And finally, the dream has come true.
Right, sir.
So going to Labasana now.
Right, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, that's great. All the hard work has paid finally.
Yes, sir.
So
After
now
5 hard years.
now the students are looking forward to you to get some basic tips from you.
Right, sir.
So firstly, how to start this journey? Like, what is your advice for the beginners? Like, what is the first step?
So first step I would say is to get to know the service, sir. Like even before analyzing the examination, one should know what this service is about and what this examination is about. What are they aspiring to become? So that I would say is the first step. Because when I started my preparation, I had some guidance. So they told me this is one of supposed to be one of the toughest exam, not because of the intelligence, but because of the competition. So and this is the kind of job profile that you would be having once you get into the service. So that will give a lot of mental preparation for this examination. So that is the first step. So that is what I did first. So I prepared myself mentally for as to what I'm going to face. Then I started looking into the examination. So how is this examination is divided into various stages? What kind of preparation strategy one should follow in each stage? Basically, there is no preparation strategy as such separately for prelims, mains, and interview. So everything is the same. But there are some differences in prelims, mains, and interview. So what I personally did was I started my preparation. Gave me a lot of edge when I gave my prelims and mains because my reading and knowledge got widened. So that helped me a lot in my prelims and mains. So I could make that difference because, sir, in 2019 when I gave this exam, my prelims score was almost 138.
Oh, amazing.
So as per the academic keys, it was 138. So that I could achieve because I had the same kind of preparation for prelims, mains, and interview, and I used to read a lot. So that is what I did. That is how one should prepare. First, they should know what they are up against. So many aspirants I see is they do not even know what an IPS officer is, what an IAS officer is, what is their job profile. So they have to see that first. So that is my first step.
That's very nice and very nicely explained basically. So how one should start, like NCRTs, everyone says NCRTs are the base. So what do you
Right,
think?
sir.
Is it necessary that one should first read NCRT and then start the other books, or they can be done simultaneously?
Sir, NCRTs and newspaper are like gospels for UPSC, sir. They cannot be dispelled with. They cannot be dispensed with, I'm sorry. So that provides the very base on which the entire edifice of preparation is prepared. Edifice of preparation is made. So I would say that the first stage of preparation for prelims, mains, and interview is NCRT. So that gives a lot of insights and that builds a very beautiful base upon which we can start building upon. So newspaper and NCRTs are compulsories.
Yes. Usually people, what they are doing these days is they are not reading newspapers regularly inside, rather they go for the magazines or the any online material that they get. Though they are very good, but I
Right.
think they will never give them that edge which newspaper reading will always give.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Because what people feel is newspaper is just a source of information. It is not a source of information. It is a source of analysis. And it is
Yes.
also the source of language building. So I till 12th class, I studied in Tamil medium school, but I'm able to very fluently talk in English because of only newspaper. So newspaper is something that is very, very, very important for UPSC preparation. And that not only gives a knowledge, but it builds the language, sir. So which is very crucial for interview.
And moreover, these Tamil Nadu NCRT books are like Bibles these days. Everybody is
Right,
referring
sir.
to
Right.
Tamil Nadu NCRTs and history books. Even I read them while I'm teaching history in my
Hmm.
classes, and the entire Sangam age, that Pallav architecture and everything. It's so beautifully summed up.
Right. Right.
We don't get it in other
Right.
books.
Right. Right.
So yes,
Right. Right. Very right.
NCRTs are
And if
so.
you see the question paper also, sir, most of the questions are from NCRT. Almost 80% of the questions from prelims as well as mains are from NCRT. So NCRT is like gospel. It cannot be dispensed with.
Yes, that's true. So, all right, now another thing which students would like to know, like, is it really true that they have to study 12 to 13 hours every day?
No, sir, definitely not. That is a very big myth that is going on in aspirant circle that 15 hours. That is definitely not right. So even if we see cricket, sir, I have cricket is my passion. Nobody hits sixes and fours in every every ball. So
Yes.
they slowly build up the pace. They even let the entire over go. And towards the end, they start preparing their building their pace. That is how UPSC preparation is also about. So I used to study only 6 hours to 7 hours a day. I had a target of 40 hours I used to have a target of 40 hours in a week. So that is how I prepare my schedule. Someday will be so good that I will study for 10 hours. Someday will be so bad that I'll study only for 1 and 2 hours. But what I'll do is I'll make sure that I study for 40 hours in a week. So that
Great.
comes around average of 6 to 6.5 hours.
So it's like the Niti Ayog working inside you. The planning and the Niti Ayog. So
Right,
that
sir,
is
right,
good. That
right.
is good. And this is how the students must understand that targets are to be
Right.
achieved. It is not that going for a killing drive in a day or two.
Exactly. Quality matters a lot.
Exactly. I keep telling them that this is not a 100-meter race. It is a marathon.
Exactly.
You have to
Marathon.
plan it
Right.
like that. Right.
Very
All
true, sir.
right.
Very
So
true.
now anything about your optional, like it was commerce?
Right, sir. My option was commerce and accountancy. So the biggest problem with many who do not take commerce and accountancy is because the syllabus is very vast. But most of the questions that are asked in the commerce, most of the questions that are asked in mains are very basic. Like from BCom, a graduate from BCom and BBA will be able to solve it easily. So the biggest deterrent for this commerce and accountancy is that the syllabus is very vast. But once if a person is able to put 3 to 3.5 months sincerely for commerce and accountancy, it is one of the most scoring subject. And it is very interesting also, sir. Like students will be studying GS, they will be mugging up all the keywords, but in commerce and accountancy, they have to solve the problems.
Yes.
So it is a complete contrast. So your preparation will be very lively. So I would suggest people to prepare commerce and accountancy.
Any book lists for
Especially,
students, for young students?
yes, sir. There are around 8 to 9 books. If should I narrate it or shall I send it to you, sir? You can put it in the group or
Yes, I can
something.
do it. I can do it like that.
There is a book list, sir. I'll send it to you, sir. Basically, I took coaching from rankers classes in Delhi.
Okay.
That was also very helpful. And apart from that, I had my own book list, which I'll be sharing it with sir, and they can follow it.
Great. That will be really nice of you.
Many of my friends from Punjab and Chandigarh have told me that this is a very promising and a very good institute, which is actually hitting at the nail of UPSC preparation rather than so many myths, especially Arpit Gupta. He told me that the institute is really doing wonders and it is producing a lot of results. So had I known before, I would have.
What we are doing is, instead of making people like students go for everything themselves, we guide them in 3 different ways. One, we always
Right,
encourage them to read the books and the newspapers themselves. We never
right,
say
right,
that
right,
ki don't read newspapers. But at the same
right,
time, because I understand that revision is very important, so what I do
right,
for them is, I have got 3 people in my team who work overnight.
right,
Every night
right,
when the newspapers are uploaded, they get up and they start reading it and make notes out of them. So by
right,
5 in
right,
the morning, they send me the summary of Hindu, Express, and PIB in one
right,
holistic way that the entire news has been assimilated and then it
right,
has
right.
been decoded beautifully. And
Oh,
along with it, we give them 10 questions subjective, objective, and 2 questions subjective to practice for. But now this is one thing, but then every weekend we give them 7 days revision sheet.
right,
Then
right,
we
right.
give them monthly revision sheet, quarterly revision sheet, half yearly, and then yearly revision sheet. So that at least 5 revisions of current affair are by default done by every student.
So it looks like I have missed my. I might have known this before, sir. My preparation would have been much easier.
Yeah. So best of luck, and we are
Thank you,
looking
sir. Thank
forward
you
to
so
a very,
much.
very promising officer.
Definitely,
And
sir. Sure.
God bless you. And may
Thank you
you
so much.
have more successes in your life after joining the services.
Sure,
Thank
sir.
you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much. And thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Ji.